The Stubborn Illusion of Time, Einstein, Besso, and the Meaning of Death. In March 1955, mere weeks before his own passing, Albert Einstein penned a poignant letter to the family of his lifelong confidant, Michele Besso, who had succumbed to a stroke on March 15th in Geneva at the age of 81. Addressed to Besso's son Vero and sister Bice on March 21st, this missive has endured as one of the most profound meditations on mortality by a modern scientist. Its resonance stems not only from its raw emotional candour, but also from how Einstein's revolutionary scientific worldview, forged through decades of intellectual pursuit, informed his grappling with life's impermanence and the sting of personal loss. The letter, preserved thanks to Besso's family and later auctioned as part of their correspondence, offers a window into a friendship that shaped physics itself. A friendship forged in youth and tempered by genius. Einstein and Besso's bond spanned over half a century, rooted in shared curiosity and mutual respect. They first crossed paths in 1896 at the Swiss Federal Polytechnic, ETH, in Zurich, where a 17-year-old Einstein, fresh from high school, encountered the 23-year-old Besso, an engineering student who had transferred from Rome. Besso, of Sephardic Jewish descent, was already versed in physics and mathematics, and their connection deepened through common passions. Both were avid violinists, often playing chamber music together, and they bonded over philosophical discussions that transcended academia. Their friendship truly solidified in the early 1900s at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern, where Einstein worked as a technical expert. From 1902 to 1909, on Einstein's recommendation, Besso joined him there in 1904, turning their daily commutes into fertile ground for intellectual exchange. As they strolled homeward, conversations veered from the mundane to the profound, dissecting the nature of light, ether, and absolute rest. Einstein later confided in letters that, "Nobody else is so close to me, nobody knows me so well, nobody is so kindly disposed to me as you are." Besso wasn't merely a companion, he was Einstein's intellectual lifeline, dubbed the best sounding board in Europe. Besso introduced Einstein to the works of Ernst Mach, whose critiques of Newtonian mechanics influenced the young physicist's rejection of absolute space and time. This collaboration bore historic fruit in Einstein's Annus Mirabilis of 1905, when he published 4 paradigm-shifting papers, including On the Electrodynamics of Moving Bodies, Introducing Special Relativity. He singled out Besso for gratitude and rarity in scientific acknowledgements. The paper's closing note reads, "In conclusion, let me note that my friend and colleague M. Besso steadfastly stood by me in my work on the problem here discussed, and that I am indebted to him for several valuable suggestions." Their partnership extended beyond special relativity. In 1913, during Einstein's development of general relativity, Besso assisted with intricate calculations on Mercury's perihelion precession, a key test of the theory. Besso even preserved early manuscripts, including a 1913 to 1914 document on the Einstein-Besso calculations, which Einstein might have discarded as mere working notes. On a personal level, Besso served as a mediator during Einstein's tumultuous first marriage to Mileva Maric, handling delicate communications amid their 1919 divorce. Their letters, numbering over 100 from 1903 to 1955, reveal a tapestry of shared joys and sorrows, scientific triumphs, family matters, and reflections on anti-Semitism, war, and exile. Besso's steady presence anchored Einstein through professional isolation and personal upheavals, embodying a rare fusion of emotional support and intellectual rigour. The immortal words of solace. Besso's death prompted Einstein's now iconic reflection, written from Princeton, where he had resided since fleeing Nazi Germany in 1933. The letter's full passage, in German, translates as, "Now he has departed from this strange world a little ahead of me." That signifies nothing. For us believing physicists, the distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. This consolation diverges sharply from conventional religious platitudes of afterlife or divine reunion. Einstein, a self-described pantheist inspired by Baruch Spinoza, rejected personal immortality or an anthropomorphic God. Instead, he drew from the bedrock of modern physics, his own theories, to reframe death. Special relativity, unveiled in 1905, dismantled the Newtonian notion of absolute time. It demonstrated that time is relative, dilated by velocity and gravity. Clocks tick slower for fast-moving observers or in strong gravitational fields. Events simultaneous for one observer may not be for another, eroding the universal now. Building on this, Hermann Minkowski's 1908 formulation of spacetime, a four-dimensional continuum where time is the fourth axis, crystallized the block universe view that Einstein embraced. In this eternalist framework, all moments coexist like points on a map. The flow of time is a subjective illusion, rooted in human perception and entropy's arrow, the irreversible increase in disorder. Past events aren't obliterated. They persist as fixed coordinates in space-time's geometry. Besso hadn't vanished, he simply occupied a different temporal slice, inaccessible to our linear experience but eternally real. The human tapestry of grief. Yet, as Einstein knew, physics offers cold comfort against the visceral ache of loss. Humans navigate a world of ceaseless change, where loved ones emerge, flourish, and dissolve like waves on an ocean. Parents fade, friends slip away, generations yield to oblivion. This inexorable cycle evokes profound sorrow, a universal thread binding humanity across cultures and eras. Centuries before Einstein, Gautama Buddha captured this in the parable of Kisagotami, also Kisagotami, a tale from the Therigatha and other Pali texts. Born to a poor family in Savatthi, India, Kisa married a wealthy merchant and bore a son. When the toddler, old enough to toddle and play, died suddenly from illness, grief unhinged her. Clutching his lifeless body, she wandered door to door, pleading for medicine to revive him. Villagers pitied her madness, but one directed her to the Buddha at Jetavana Monastery. The Buddha, perceiving her potential for insight, offered a compassionate ruse. "Fetch me a handful of mustard seeds from a house where no one has ever died, a father, mother, child, or kin." Hopeful, Kisa scoured the city, but every household bore scars of loss. A grandfather here, a sibling there. Death's shadow touched all. Exhausted, she buried her son in the charnel ground and returned to the Buddha, enlightened. Mortality is life's inescapable companion. No house is free from death, she realized. Ordained as a bhikkhuni, nun, she attained arahanthood, composing verses on impermanence. The world is afflicted with death and decay. But when one sees this as it is, with understanding, one overcomes sorrow. This story echoes across traditions, from Ecclesiastes, a time to be born and a time to die, to Stoic reflections on memento mori, underscoring that grief's universality can foster empathy and acceptance. Einstein's profound reinterpretation. Einstein's letter elevates this ancient wisdom through the lens of relativity. If space-time is a timeless block, then disappearance is perceptual, not ontological. The laughter of a lost friend, the warmth of a shared moment, these aren't erased. They're etched indelibly into the universe's fabric. Besso's life, from their Zurich days to Bern walks, endures in space-time's vast lattice. This perspective doesn't negate mourning. Einstein himself grieved deeply, as seen in letters lamenting his own isolation, but reframes it. In a cosmos where time's arrow is illusory, Separation is relative. Modern physics bolsters this. Quantum entanglement hints at non-local connections, while cosmology's multiverse theories speculate on infinite timelines. Yet Einstein's consolation remains grounded. For believing physicists, death loses its finality, becoming a shift in viewpoint. A final cosmic reverie. Einstein died on April 18, 1955, at Princeton Hospital from a ruptured aortic aneurysm, just 34 days after Besso. His last words, murmured in German to a nurse who didn't understand, remain lost. In retrospect, the letter feels prophetic, a valediction from a mind attuned to eternity. We mortals glimpse only a fleeting sliver of reality, bound by biology's forward march. Appearances and vanishings define our narrative, but Einstein invites a grander vista, the universe as an eternal edifice, where every existence, every bond, every epiphany abides. Grief persists, but so does hope. In spacetime's silent expanse, no life is truly effaced. As Einstein once mused elsewhere, the most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. In death's shadow, that mystery endures, binding us all.